Okay, so this is actually something we have a lot of our beginners do. It's using a higher box on their DE squat days to help them learn the form. And then what we do is, like for Smurf, for instance, we started with like a 19-inch box, which is like pretty high. He's 6'3", but that's still pretty high. And then every 2 weeks on his DE day, we would drop it about an inch and try and get him working lower and lower and lower until he could hold an arch all the way down to parallel. Concurrently with that, we were also having him do a ton of posterior chain work, trying to get his hamstrings and his glutes and his lower back strong enough to hold his body weight and the weight he was squatting at those depths. So you have to get stronger in the posterior chain and work on your form. If you can hold an arch all the way down to like a 12-inch box, great, good for you. If you can't, start at a higher box, work your way down slowly, and eventually you'll be able to reach depth and hold good form. Question is, do we ever do incline bench? The answer is no. Smur and Cliff did it once when they were challenged to by Becky's brother, but other than that, we don't really ever do that as an accessory or max effort. We have more than enough other equipment that can simulate it, and we prefer to work our shoulders separately and with less volume, less intensity too. Incline bench for us would just beat us up more because of the front delt usage in a regular flat bench that we do twice a week.
Okay, this question is based on some squat video that we had submitted. Person's asking about, one, they think starting strength, squatting 3 times a week is too much for their CNS, and their lower back is sore all the time. I think that's actually separate issues. Because if your CNS is overtrained, what happens there is kind of you have a fog over your brain, and your brain just functions a little slower. And it's a little different. Like if you've ever had surgery, when you wake up from anesthesia, you kind of have that fogginess. That's kind of more what CNS fatigue is. Like lower back or a muscle fatigue is completely different. If you're having that much issue with squatting, you probably should squat less often, because you need to spend some time to build up your lower back strength in isolation. Do a lot of back extensions, because you need to do that before you can squat. And then overall, squat form wise, definitely I would say watch our squat form tutorial, because we walk through squat technique and how to squat and how to initiate with your hips, sit back more, and how to keep your knees in proper position.